Hey everybody, so I just wanted to jump on here for just a second because I guess I am taking for granted that everybody knows who I am. So I am Mandy A, that was nominated as a community pioneer, that has been posting on the QRU page and in the QRU group and on my own personal page and Instagram and Twitter and anywhere else you can possibly think of. But basically, I have been asking all week for you guys to vote for me, and I have never actually gone on here and explained why. I had somebody message me that they had enjoyed reading the little bio that went along with the community pioneer. She said that I really enjoyed learning those things about you, and it kind of dawned on me that maybe I should jump on here and just, tell you guys why I'm asking you to vote, because sometimes it's just not enough to make the assumption that everybody knows, because you may not know. I mean, some people know me. They know that I've done QRU a lot of years. You know that I beg and plead for raffle items. You know that I beg and plead for everybody to come to the event. You know that I'm obsessed with it for like 6 months of the year, and now it's turning into I'm obsessed with it year round, because it has grown so much in 12 years. So I know this is probably going to be a long one because I'm going to be long-winded, but let's start in the beginning. So when I was younger, I hated the sound of the pager. I absolutely hated the sound of the pager. I resented it. I resented the fact that both of my parents spent time as EMTs, that my dad was a police officer and a volunteer firefighter, and it interrupted every single holiday. It interrupted family time. It interrupted nights. It didn't matter what was happening with us, because when that pager went off, that was it. We were going to wherever we needed to be to help somebody in need, whether it was with the fire department or the EMT, or sitting at a Thanksgiving dinner and my dad's sitting there in uniform and his pager goes off. And it was out he goes. It didn't matter. It didn't matter what we were doing, if we were sitting in a theater or anywhere else. And initially, as a kid who got dragged out of theaters, we didn't get to go to the movies. We didn't get to finish dinners. I spent hours sitting in the back seat of a car at a haystack fire, different things happening. I hated that pager. I resented it. I hated it. And as I became older and I got to see the people at those scenes and the incidents and the aftermath, and the people that were saying thank you, and the people that would tell me how lucky I was to be my dad's daughter, and now, my brother's sister, because he is also a reserve and a firefighter. And I can't tell you how proud I am now that my life revolved around that pager, because I got to see firsthand the sacrifice that these volunteers make. They sacrifice their time, they sacrifice their family, they sacrifice their own finances to make sure that they have the tools they need to answer the calls, to buy batteries for the walkies, to make sure they're attending fire meetings and police meetings and community meetings and medical equipment. And I can't tell you the stuff that was in every single car we had, but it was always there because you never know when you might need it. I can tell you that we went on vacations in other states and we pulled over because that's who we were. That's what happened. So when my boss came to me back in 2008, he walked out of his office and he said, "Mandy, I want you to get a hold of the HOG group and see if they want to do a run. And if they don't, let's see if another riding group wants to take this on, because the quick response units can use our help." They are somebody who people don't know who they are. They don't know they exist. And I looked at him and I said, "And just how am I going to do that? Where do I start? What QRUs are you talking about? What do you want to do?" And I just started making phone calls. I was making cold phone calls to fire departments, to EMT stations, to anybody I could think of, to get one number, to get the next number, to get the next number. And pretty soon, all of the riding groups had their charities. They had people Oh, thank you, Sandy. You're so sweet. I try to do what I can, but you know the sacrifice that Tim does and everything else, so, but I appreciate it. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted reading messages. So, it came from one phone call to the next phone call to the next phone call, and pretty soon, you know, the writing groups had their own charities and nobody really wanted to take it on. And so TJ looked at me and he says, well, let's do it. And I said, okay. And so we did the first QRU run, and it was a success. Everybody enjoyed it. It was fun. And I want to say we started out with only 5 QRUs the very first year. And we did it again and again. And we originally started out with input from all of the different writing groups. We would meet in a restaurant or a room of some sort or whatever, and kind of discuss options, and everybody to give feedback. And as the years went on, everybody just kind of went on with their own things. And basically everybody told me, you know what, we trust you, you got this. We trust you, we got this. We trust you, you got this. And I just ran with it, and I ran with it, and I ran with it, and pretty soon it was just a part of me. It was what I did. Memorial Day weekend, I build baskets. Starting in January, I'm doing donation requests, and it just kept going and going. And pretty soon we were at 6 QRUs, and then we were at 7 QRUs, and then we were at 9 QRUs. And when it started, I asked everybody, what do you need to make this work? And basically I learned that they need an average of about $1,500 to get a new volunteer in his initial training to be able to respond to calls. And so my goal was, I wanted to be able to write a check for $2,000 to basically ensure that we could do at least one additional volunteer a year. Well, it's grown beyond that, because it's now not just volunteers, it's medical equipment, it is new vehicles, it is recertifications, it is awareness. Awareness has become such a big part of what we do and why we do it. Because even 12 years later, people still do not know what a QRU is. That a quick response unit is the first responder, that these people are leaving day jobs, they are leaving dinner tables, they are leaving deep sleep to answer these calls and make sure people are getting to medical attention they need. Because in some of these rural areas, it could take anywhere from 45 minutes to over an hour for an ambulance to get to where you are. And we're in a rural community. We love being in the outdoors. Everybody has their UTVs and their ATVs and their dirt bikes and their motorcycles and their horses. And we spend time outside, outdoors, in all of these beautiful areas, not even thinking about what would happen. Well, this is what happens, is these volunteers pack up their stuff and they answer the call, and they provide life-saving techniques until they can get you on life flight or an ambulance or whatever it needs. They're there holding your hand and telling you it's going to be okay. And just minus my dogs, I'm sorry, there's somebody walking down the street, and that's not allowed in our neighborhood, by the way. You can't walk down the street because it belongs to us, just so you know. Anyway, that's a little tidbit on where this went and why it's grown so much, you guys. It is now not just a bike run once a year. It is an official 501c3. We are registered nationally. We are registered with the state. We report on tax forms. We have to follow up. I said we have an official board. We report to the Lottery Commission with our raffles. Everything, it has grown so much, it has become its own identity, and it's crazy. And I love that. I love that it has grown and continues to grow, and more people are becoming more aware of the need, and these volunteers are getting the help and the acknowledgement that they need, though most of them would prefer not to be in the spotlight. There's a reason that there's a volunteer and they walk away. They're not looking for a thank you. They're not looking for a pat on the back. They're not looking for their name in headlines or to be put on TV or anything else. They just want to help. They want to be there when they need to be there and answer the call. And I'm not that person. I'm not answering that call. So I'm doing my best to support them in the ways that I can, and this is the way that I can do that. And I'm hoping that, 10 more years from now, that my girls can look at me and go, hey, I want to do something like that I'm leaving a legacy on top of everything else, that people are going to understand how important this is. The community is going to understand how important this is, and everybody's going to understand that volunteers are needed. What are you going to do when you dial 911 and nobody comes? What are you going to do? Because that's what's going to happen one day when these volunteers stop volunteering. So part of our campaign over the next year is creating awareness about the need for volunteers. The fact that these areas cannot operate without them. That once you get out of city limits, it's getting risky, because there's some areas that there's 2 or 3 people that are answering every single call. And we're talking, some of these places have 40 to 50 calls in a week. That's a lot of time away from their family on top of their regular jobs. So I guess all I'm saying is pause, take a moment, and listen to your community and what's going on around us. And I was so very, very honored to be nominated for this Community Pioneer Award. I initially shared the information on the QRU page as a, hey, we would be so happy if somebody nominated us. But I didn't think about the fact that that would be me. I didn't think that somebody was nominating me. I was just thinking, hey, this is a chance at another $5,000. Do you know what our QRUs could do with $5,000? And then the reality set in when they called me and they're like, we need to interview you. And I'm like, oh no, it's about QRU. And she says, oh no, it's about you. And, we love what you're doing with your nonprofit, but we need to interview you. And I thought, I don't know that that's what I signed up for. But I found myself kind of being like the rest of these volunteers of, I don't want to be on camera, even though I've been sitting here for now, 10 minutes talking to you. But I don't know that I'm looking for the thank you or the you're wonderful or you're doing amazing things. I am looking for people to acknowledge the organization, because it's not just me. There is a team. I cannot do this without you guys. There are so many people that I rely on, especially this year. If any of you know my story, this year was so very, very hard. And there was a team of people that just carried me through it. And they're amazing. They're absolutely amazing. And so when I shared that information to the QRU page and I said, nominate us, it's these people I'm thinking of. There's an us. There are so many people that are dedicated to this and that are helping this grow and become its own entity. And I guess on that note, I just need everybody to know that it's not about me. This nomination was about the possibility of getting some extra money for these QRUs. It was about that $5,000 can go a really long way. $4,000, $3,000, $2,000, $1,000. I mean, it can go a long way to helping all of these QRUs. And right now we have 9 QRUs that benefit from the annual run, and our goal is to spread the love. We're looking for these grants and these contests and these scholarships so that we can help beyond the 9. We can help 11, and then maybe 13, and then maybe 15, we can get 3 volunteers next year. We can get oxygen equipment. We can help somebody buy a vehicle. There's so many things that are needed and so many goals. I just can't even go into all of our goals, because then I get way too excited about all of the possibilities. The possibilities are endless about what we can do with every dollar. And I guess basically what I'm saying is I've been pushing you for votes all week. I've been pushing and saying vote, vote, vote. I've tried the cute meme. I've tried the informational post. I've tried the instructional post, showing you what it looks like, where you needed to go, how you needed to vote. I have tried the begging post. I have tried the praying post. And today I attempted a little bit of a shock value post with my own shock value from this year. And I guess at this point, there's over 500 followers on this page, which brings me to another point, by the way, because we had a contest before all this other stuff started about if we reached 500 likes, we were going to give away a $50 gift card, which we will be doing at the end of this week. I want to get through this commotion, and then we will be drawing a winner for a $50 gift card. But we have over 500 people following this page. We have almost 400 in the group, and I can't tell you how many friends are following my personal page, and we're barely at 700 votes total. So I guess I'm hoping that this helps the why. This helps why I'm asking for your vote. You know, it's not just because I'm a pest, which I am. It's not just because I'm relentless, which I am. It's not just because this is passion for me, because it is. But it is because that your vote could mean 1,000. It could mean 2,000. Actually, right now, last time I checked, we were in the running that $3,000 wasn't out of our reach, you guys. And all it takes is you clicking on a button once a day at whatever IP address you're at. That's it, once a day, and we only have 2 more days left. It ends on Sunday, you guys. On Sunday, I will not be sharing this link and asking you to vote anymore. It ends on Sunday. It's only 2 more days. But if every single person that follows this page or is in our group or follows my personal page could vote over the next 2 days, we would nail this. We would so nail this. And then on top of that, it's not even, hi daddy, thank you, love you, hope you're having fun at the family reunion. It's about the fact that there was only 2 people out of the Magic Valley nominated in this, you guys. There was over 100, I was told there was over 100 nominations total. 100. There was over 100 nominations, okay? There's 10 finalists. In those 10 finalists, there's only two that are from the Magic Valley. Everybody else is in the Treasure Valley and Boise area. They're bigger organizations with a much bigger community to beg for votes. So the fact that we're even staying competitive is amazing. And thank you, Sandy. I appreciate that you and Tim are voting every day. I love that. It's amazing that we're even staying competitive with these bigger organizations. We're talking, when the voting numbers were taken off today, first place was like 1.5 thousand, like 1,500 votes compared to our 700, which is crazy. That, you know, that's first place, and we're up there, you guys. We were at 700. We've been bouncing back and forth between 4th and 5th place, and that's amazing when you look at what we're up against. But I know this community is strong, and I know that this community is worth it. So I'm going to continue to post daily asking for your vote. And I know some people are going to vote, and I know some people are going to scroll past it. And that's okay too, because that's what it is. But you need to know that you can vote from wherever you're at. You can vote once a day on any IP address. So go to work, go to home, go to your neighbor's house, whatever. Use their IP address and vote. But it's once a day from an IP address from anywhere. You don't have to be in Idaho to vote. You can be anywhere. You can be in Florida. You can be in Alabama. My friend Lori has voted every day from Alabama. Thank you, Lori, if you watch this. And you know what? You may never come to Idaho. You may never need the services of the QRU. But what if you do? You know, what if there's a QRU in your area? What if our awareness campaign turns into a national campaign, and the next volunteer that we help pay for is in your state? You know, you just never know. You never know where life is going to take you, because I never knew that 12 years ago I would be sitting here making this video begging you guys for a vote. Hi, Dory. You're a rock star. Dory is a rock star, you guys. I appreciate your guys' comments. I appreciate, well, it looks like the 4 people that are watching this right now. I don't know. I guess I just wanted to get on here and put a face to the name for those of you that didn't know Mandy A. So this is me. I'm Mandy A, and I'm asking for your daily vote through Sunday. Please help us make an impact with our local QRUs, because third place isn't out of our reach, and third place is $3,000. And we can do a lot with that. And I can tell you that we raise this money to help these QRUs with volunteer recruitment, volunteer training, medical equipment, and, you know, classes, you know, to help these guys get through their day, to help them deal with the fact that they're not with their families, or to deal with the fact of what they see every day, you know, the accidents they come up on, the people that they help. So this is me asking for your vote. And I feel like such a politician right now. So I hope this helps. And if you have any questions, if you have any concerns, if you have any questions about where the money goes, or QRU, or anything else, just let us know. But voting is so easy, you guys. It literally is a click. And you can vote for more than one, because the other Magic Valley, I got sidetracked on talking about myself. The other Magic Valley nonprofit that got nominated is the Twin Falls Search and Rescue, you guys. And these guys are amazing. And they have to pay for specialized training, you know. Oh, thanks, Rich. I'm so glad you approved this message. Oh, I approved this message. Yeah, we need to practice on the politics, I suppose. So, but the Twin Falls Search and Rescue is amazing. They do specialized swift water training. They do scuba diving. They do mountain training. They do cliff training. They do so much specialized training, and that costs money, you guys. They need funding for this. They need funding to get their volunteers trained to do this. We live in an area that has mountains, that has canyons, that has water that will take you away in a split of a second. And these people are who come to the rescue, and they make sure that you get home, you know, or that you have a hand to hold when you don't get home. It's, you know, it's life. But you can vote for more than one. So I encourage you to vote for QRU, and then I encourage you to vote for Twin Falls Search and Rescue, because you know what? These are two amazing organizations right here in the Magic Valley, helping right here in the Magic Valley. These dollars are staying right here in the Magic Valley, helping our community. So this is your community asking for your help. Not to mention, these checks are going to be presented to the winners at the Boise Hawks game in Boise on August 10th. And it is a sold out game. You can no longer get tickets for this game because it's their military appreciation night. So the fact that we could have somebody from the Magic Valley standing on Treasure Valley soil saying, we're here, we did this, and we're taking this money home to our community would be amazing. And I saw that, Cole. Thank you so much for sharing. You have no idea how much I appreciate you sharing and asking people to vote. I did see you share it, and it is so very much appreciated. So here it is, you guys. It's so easy. It's just a click. You can save the link on your phone. I saved the page on my home page, and I just click on it, and there it is. We don't get to see where we stand. From here on out, it's a surprise. We don't get to know until Monday afternoon when they make the phone calls to let the 5 finalists know. And I'm hoping and praying that QRU and Twin Falls and Search and Rescue are in those top 5. So here we are, guys. It's not too late. Again, you get to vote every day, once a day from a different IP address. So recruit everybody you can. Ask your parents, ask your friends, ask your family, ask your co-workers. It's just a click. People, it's just a click. Thanks. We'll talk soon.